It is the 19th June 2025, and welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. We have a breakfast meeting for this 19th day, a day after our State of Uganda Sport Symposium there. Michael Chigozi welcoming you. And today we are going to be delving into issues to do with golf. You know that around about this time we have another quarter of the monthly MTN quarterly tea, and we have people who will be talking about this, and I understand that it's the Friends of Mayo edition that we are going to be talking about. Yeah, we had a couple of months back, we had Ronald Rugumayo, that professional golfer that is a household name. Just to remind you that he is still the first Ugandan to play on the DP World Tour Series, and of course he made the cut there, also becoming the first Ugandan to do so, but also he made a hole-in-one at that World DP Tour. So he has a legendary status in this country. So ranked around 2000s of in that category. I have his manager here. I'll be speaking about him. He's been much closer to him than I have been. He is Mr. Peter Mujuni on the first side of my set here. Peter, welcome to the show.
Morning, Chigozi, and morning, Uganda.
All right. And here we call him JP. I think we should be giving him a slot on one of our very many shows, I think, because it's such a household name here. JP, yeah, welcome to the show.
Many thanks, and good morning to everyone. I need a desk somewhere here.
Yeah, you need a desk.
Permanent
yeah, just so
fixture.
We were struggling to find a reporter on Ludo and so many other sports disciplines.
I could chip in there.
Okay, yeah, I heard you're a very big fan of Ludo and all the others, of course, including golf. My name is Michael Chigozi. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the June MTN quarterly tea. Talk to us about, we have already discussed about this historically, but this time around, if you're to just give us a line or two, and we have this leg, which is the Friends of Mayo leg.
Yeah, many thanks, Michael. Now, you know, the quarterly tea, as you have rightfully mentioned, the MTN quarterly tea is a quarterly fixture for golf at Entebbe Club, where MTN champions, together with partners, Sifao, Toyota, and Samsung, we come together to put together an event to bring golfers together, to connect with patrons and lovers of the sport of golf. And this quarterly edition, we are theming it around the fairway Friends of Mayo. We were just here a couple of weeks ago, and we launched a campaign to mobilize resources and support for our very own Mayo. So we are moving along with that campaign into our MTN quarterly tea.
All right. Why was Mayo chosen as the face of this particular event?
Yeah, MTN is about really connecting people. Mayo has connected us to international fairways, green courses, as you have rightfully mentioned. And we believe that as a brand, we have to be behind this. He's the first on that international stage, especially in the sport of golf. We believe there will be many more coming. But for this very first one, we are putting everything we have, all the support, all the resources, and garnering Ugandans as well to support him. Let's get our Ugandan flag out there on the international courses.
All right, let me go to Peter, then the manager, and we talk about Mayo himself having given that background and MTN choosing to partner with him and, of course, naming this leg behind him. Or this edition. And so for a humble man from the confines of Kawalore district and, you know, formerly an artisan, to now being the first golfer to do all those things I was talking about, to play at the DP World Tour, talk to us, what does it take to play at this level? Probably somebody out there may not understand what the DP World Tour is.
Thank you, Michael. So in a nutshell, it takes a lot of, you know, forces in play, I could say that. Physically, you know, you have to make the grade in the sense of your, you know, how you've been able to play. So, but financially is the bigger part.
Okay.
You know, golf playing at the international stage comes with different stakeholders. You know, it has a coaching team. You're working with, you know, staff, which include, you know, your coaches. You're working with even just different patrons of golf clubs and tours. And all that literally is a resource envelope that you know, takes that, you know, to be successful. And so playing golf for the DP World Tour stage it comes with a lot at stake, you know, like we've mentioned. So in terms of his staff, for instance, you're previously thinking that you would not need, you know, coaches that range from, you know, your swing, you know, that range to even just your nutrition, that range to your mental focus, that range to even just your course planning. So you have, that is just literally in terms of staff. We are now getting into the games themselves. You know, being a tour is you're moving all around the place. You know, the DP World Tour is in 4 continents. And so all that is resources, you know, for you to be able to move. You're there in time, you know, there are flights that you have to take. You have, you know, caddies that you have to pay. You know, you have quite a lot that comes in there. So for you to really make the grade to be able to play, there's quite a lot of, you know, like I've said, ranging from staff to even your very own equipment to even your very own travels. And all that is capped in resources. So we having a Ugandan at that stage, you know, being consistently moving is one where we feel we need to celebrate about that. But we also need to have, you know, the whole country in terms of, you know, people with him as well, because he's literally our ambassador out there.
And still sticking with you, Peter, what tournaments is it participating in right now and in the next course of the year, at least in the short term? In the short term,
Okay. So Ronald currently has membership on 4 tours. There is the DP World Tour itself. You have the Sunshine Tour. You have the Asian Tour. And recently the Alps Tour and the Eco Tour, which are in Europe. We're also able to grant him membership status. And so in the next month, you can be rest assured you will be hearing him in Europe, for instance, mostly on the Eco Tour and the Alps Tour, before he can get back to the Sunshine Tour in August, since it has taken a bit of a break due to the winter weather in South Africa.
All right, JP, back to you. Yes, why is this particular one unique? When is it? I know that activities are scheduled for this particular week. Yeah, and we have had, he has a very busy schedule, Mr. Mayo. But what makes this unique, and the general perspective of, you know, of course, the objective behind the monthly tours, as we know them, or the quarterly tours as organized by MTN?
Yes. Interestingly, this is going to be our first edition where we are actually carrying out a monthly, quarterly tea where we are mobilizing support for one of our own. It's happening on Saturday, this very Saturday, and it will be happening at Entebbe Club. And it is themed, of course, the Fairway Friends of Mayo. And what we are doing is we want to create, you know, I think Peter mentioned it is winter. It's winter in SA. Here it is. We are always in the we're in the tropics. So our event theme is actually called Tropical Paradise, because you know, here we enjoy the best weather all year round. So we are setting up a fantastic tropical experience where, you know, the patrons and the players of golf will be vibing to island vibes, cocktails and drinks and whatever. And we, of course, will have the best of entertainment. But we're doing all this so that we can spotlight our colleague, our player, our patron, our flagship golf ambassador on the international stage, and that is Mayo. Mayo will be in country, I believe, tomorrow, He will be flying back, and we are excited to have him back, and he will be there to share and interact with Ugandans. And we are looking